Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning into another video. I'm so excited to share 10 things that I don't waste time on. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Coach D. Here on my channel, I share pieces of my life with the hope of helping you to balance, grow, and succeed in yours. I share a lot of planning content, budget planning, plan with me, meal planning, and just a little bit of motherhood and lifestyle sprinkled in. Now, there's a difference between planning and time management. You can plan your life well, but if you lack the ability to manage your time, then you won't accomplish your plans and your goals. The two should absolutely go hand in hand. We should have our goals, we should have our execution plans, and we should have the time management skills that enable us to get things done. So I won't go too deep in that rabbit hole. I am going to share my 10 things. So number one is, I don't try to do everything myself for my children. Yes. I'm learning it is so important to not be super mom. I heard someone say super mom is a dummy, and I almost believe it. Well, I do believe it, because if we try to do everything ourselves, if we are human, right? We're not superheroes. I wish we were. I wish I could channel my inner Black Widow and live a superhero life, but we are human beings. And we just have to create space for ourselves to be humans. And we don't want to overwork and overwhelm ourselves. So I'm learning to relinquish a lot of control and not feel like I have to do everything for my children. I already touched on one of the reasons why is because it can lead to overwhelm. The other reason is overwhelm leads to burnout. And that's where you start to feel it in your body through stress and through aches and pains and just everything else that comes along with being burnt out. And then it also sets up my children to rely on me for everything, right? I'm not setting those proper boundaries when I feel like I have to do everything for them myself. And the other reason, which I think is a big one that we often don't think about, when my children come to me for everything, or when I feel like I have to do everything for my kids, it doesn't give them a good perspective. They only know mommy's way. And I want to raise well-rounded children, so I don't want them to feel like they always should come to mommy. I want them to know how grandma does things. I want them to know how grandpa does things. I want them to know how daddy does things. I want them to know how, that their aunties, those that we bring into our circle to be a part of our village. I want them to be well-rounded individuals, and I want them to see different perspectives and different ways of doing things. Yes, as parents, we make sure that, ain't nobody's trying to do anything janky or, teaching something that's not in alignment with our principles. But I want them to be well-rounded individuals and to know that there's different ways that you can do things in life. And if I'm always the one that feels like I have to do things for them, I'm robbing them of that opportunity to grow and to become well-rounded individuals. Number two, the second thing that I don't waste time on is window shopping. So I do enjoy my self-care moments at the mall, but typically when I go to the mall, I already know I'm going to buy some makeup. I'm going to, look at the shirts. I'm going to get some ideas for blogs or whatever the case may be. So I don't aimlessly window shop, because if I do that, I'll overspend, and it's also a waste of time. When I go to the mall, it's either for some higher purpose than just to wander aimlessly. Now, I'm not knocking it if that's your thing, but that's not something that I choose to spend time on. Number three is complaining. Yes, I will have a 1-minute meltdown when things just really tank or bomb, but I don't spend a lot of time complaining. I try to look at the positive side. To be alive and to be well alone is a blessing. Everything else, in my opinion, is just extra, right? So I don't spend a lot of time complaining when things don't go my way. Recently, I had a major disappointment for something that I thought would absolutely work out, and it didn't. But instead of spending time waddling in that and complaining, when thoughts of complaint pop into my mind, I immediately think that no simply means next opportunity, and I nip complaining in the bud. It is a waste of time. Number four is, negative people and social media disputes. So I see on social media, people will make a comment that's like rude or crude or something that's just like off the wall, right? You see everything on social media. And I'll see people that'll come back and they'll get into like social media arguments. And to me, that's a waste of time. Instead of arguing with someone who maybe lacks capacity to understand or to process information factually, that would be a complete and total waste of my time. I can use that time writing a blog post for a Career Mom community. I can use that time recording videos and giving tips. I can use that time in prayer. I can use that time with my kids. I mean, there's just so many other things that I could do with that time than getting into petty disputes with people on social media. Number 5 is attending unnecessary meetings. Now, I am the queen of decline and respond at work. I know that might sound rude, but if there is a meeting that I feel we can quickly address via email, then I will quickly address it via email and go ahead and get it done. Now, it's not that I don't want to meet with people, or it's not that I don't want to have that relationship with individuals to where we're meeting and we're having conversations. But I mean, there are times when meetings just have nothing to do with me, or perhaps I'm on it for awareness and I could just read the notes afterwards. But I'm very cautious of my time, and I'm very cautious of the things that I have to do in my capacity at work, just like I am at home. And if there's something that, I can do pre-work on so the meeting doesn't get dragged out unnecessarily, I want to know those things. I am someone who's very analytical and strategic. So if you say we're going to meet to talk about X, is there anything I can do as pre-work? Do I need to run some reports? Should I prepare some talking points? Should I gather some assessments so that we can have a more fruitful conversation? So if I don't get anything like that, decline, because it may not be the right time to meet or the best use of my time to meet until you understand what our intended purpose or outcome for the meeting is. So I don't waste my time on unnecessary meetings. Number 6 is reading every single email. I get inundated with a lot of emails personally and at work and through my business. I don't really read everything. I'll skim through the topic. Sometimes it's just kind of, promotional emails, junk mail, things of that nature. I don't open those. I just go ahead, run through my email and hit delete. So if I'm on somebody's email list and you see I'm not opening your emails, I'll open some, but not every one of them. So I don't open and respond to every single email. Number 7 is staying stuck. It is a waste of time to stay stuck. Whether you're stuck at your job, you're stuck in the position and you just can't seem to get over mobility with your current company. If your business is stalled and you're not achieving the desired outcomes, don't stay stuck. That is a waste of your time. Pivot, persist if you must, but figure out what you need to do to get unstuck. If you stay stuck, that is a waste of time, because you could get into a groove of momentum if you just push forward, you re-strategize, and you figure out your path forward. Now, when I coach individuals, that's one of the things that I am big on. Where are you spending your time? Do we need to reevaluate where you're spending your time? Are you being productive? Are you being fruitful with what you're doing? Are you getting in your self-care? Or are you just cycling in a place of stagnation when there are some things that we can do strategically to give you that jolt, that push to move forward in the direction of your goals and the things that you are called to do? So do not stay stuck. That is a waste of time. Number 8 is watching excessive TV. Now, I am a reformed, excessive Food Network watcher and YouTube travel blog watcher. I think the pandemic has shifted kind of the travel vlogging material, just because not as many people are traveling into the destinations that I'm interested in. So that has taken a bit of a pause, a little bit of a relax, and I don't watch as much TV overall anymore. I spend that time with my kids. I'll spend that time working on my businesses, or spend that time doing something a little bit more productive for this season of life. Now, sometimes I will go through spurts, like if I'm traveling, doing a momcation, Food Network is on from the time I get back to my room until the time I fall asleep. So I just try to time box it and make sure that I'm not watching a lot of excessive TV or excessive things here on YouTube. Number 9 is responding to every phone notification. Now, I get the alerts and the pings on my phone, and sometimes I'll hear them, but I won't pause to pick up my phone, because that can be an interruption in my day and it can cause me to waste time. So I don't respond or pick up my phone every time a notification goes off. Number 10 is celebrity gossip. If you tell me something about a celebrity, unless it's something like like some of the tragedies that we've experienced here recently. If you tell me like, oh, so-and-so is pregnant, I may or may not know. If you tell me, oh, so-and-so is, now married to someone else or getting divorced, I'm probably not going to know because I don't spend a lot of time keeping up with like the tabloids and celebrity chitter chatter, celebrity gossip. That's just not my thing. I have my own life to worry about. And I understand some of that is like outlets for people, or, people put themselves in like the celebrity limelight and you want to know what's going on with their lives. So I get it. I'm just not someone who's interested in like the celebrity gossip. So I don't waste my time with that. To me, I could be doing something else a little bit more productive, get my own household in order and living my own life. So that's my list of 10 things that I don't waste time on. Let me know, what are the 10 things that you don't waste your time on? How are they alike? How are they different from my list? What are some other perspectives? Let me know in the comments and I'll meet you there. Happy planning. Until the next video. Bye for now.